Hey guys, Eves here, and today I'm gonna show you what are my life goals. Well, first of all, I wanna be an engineer someday. But then, how am I gonna be an engineer right now, being a senior high school student that's 17 and can't even work yet? Well, that's what my teacher thought of. He gave us a project to vlog about something that we haven't done before, or maybe something that's inclined to the job we want to have in the future. So then this is what I did. I put up tiles today. And I also made a shelf for our house. And this is how it goes. So to start the project off, my dad and I first checked the platform that we're gonna put tiles on. And we found it that the tiles were perfect. So we just measured or estimated how wide and how long the tile should be. And we decided that 6 pieces were okay. And a few others that were cut from, as you can see, cut from what I'm holding right now in the picture. As you can see here, I'm cutting the tiles myself, but admittedly my dad helped me with this project. And at the same time, while he's cutting outdoors, I'm going indoors to clean the tiles and get the whole thing pieced up perfectly. So after my dad and I saw that the tiles were fitting perfectly on the platform, I started mixing the tile adhesive. At first I thought it was like cement, but then my dad told me that tile adhesive apparently is much more stickier and much more viscous than cement. At the same time, I think cement is much more crumblier than tile adhesive. And as you can see here, I had a very good time mixing it. But then I do look funny while doing it. And obviously, the final step is placing down the tiles. My dad taught me a technique on how to place down the tiles. You should always do it gently, and at the same time, you should always squish up the tile adhesive so that there's no air inside of it, and at the same time, it's packed up. So after getting all the tile adhesive packed up and putting down the tiles, as you can see there's a phone over there on the tile. The purpose of the phone is to get the thing leveled because iPhones have this feature where you can use it as a bubble level, like the physical one. And at the end of the project, I found everything satisfying. After all the commitment my dad and I did, after a long time of planning, we finally got it finished. And it was really satisfying to me. And to finish it all up, I went back, got a wet rug, and cleaned up the very dirty surface. As you can see here. And you must be thinking, why am I positioned like this? But the reason why I'm positioned like this is because I'm delicately wiping the surface off. Because one small move, a small hint of pressure on one of the corners, I had the feeling that the tiles might sink and I could ruin the perfect leveling of the whole platform. That's pretty much it. So, I guess here's the shelf. Well, onto the shelf. But why did we even bother getting a shelf in the first place? Well, I live in a compact home. And in a compact home, you need to be really organized. And this is what boosted us to make our house even more organized. So then, we bought a shelf. Because it's also part of our, you could say, our 2026 bucket list. So, here goes. I learned many things from this project because as an aspiring engineer, I learned that it's very bad to over-tighten your bolts. I over-tightened about half, I think, from that table, and it made it very hard to untighten in the end because me and my dad needed to adjust some of the legs because it wasn't very stable. So it was a big no-brainer move for me. But at least I still got to untighten the bolts in the end. Oh, and also, we also had 2 shelves to be made that day.
But then my dad and I did this one the night before because we couldn't cram it into one day. The other one, which is the shorter one that you saw earlier, was modified by me and my dad so that it could fit under the stairs. Because, you can't fit something tall under the stairs. Since we got the first shelf done the night before, we got to fit the appliances on the first shelf the same day we finished doing the second shelf. So yeah, I guess that concludes the first day. See you tomorrow.
Well, with the first day concluded, obviously comes day 2. And after coming home from school, my dad wanted to teach me something. He wanted to teach me how to cook because, they know how I can't cook for myself except for boiled eggs. So they wanted to teach me something, and they taught me a whole meal but consisting of 3 different foods that, I could separate from time to time. They taught me how to cook fried rice, fried eggs, and corned beef. And together, they make up what us Filipinos call corned beef silog. So yeah, here comes the explanations.
So first step in preparing is you get your garlic and then you put it aside first. That's for the fried rice. And then you get your onions, which is for the corned beef. And first, obviously you get your egg for fried eggs. So you put your egg there. I made a mistake that I cracked it too high and it ruined the yolk. You're gonna see later. You could see on this photo, it's the yolk is pretty bad, but it kind of recovered. So you just put some salt, not too much, not too less. You move it around so it doesn't stick, and then you put it on the side of the wok so that you could get rid of the excess oil. And there you have it. As you can see, my egg looks ugly compared to the other 3 because the other 3 was made by my dad and the one in the middle is made by me. And yeah, I learned that I guess it's not really scary to cook eggs, unlike what I used to think when I was a kid. So the first goal down, 2 more to go. So you put your onions, cook it until it's transparent and soft. And then you get your corned beef and you put it to low so that it doesn't cook too hard. And then you put your corned beef into the wok, well, most preferably a wok. And then you scrape it with a spoon because food isn't free. You gotta get the most out of what you paid. And then you mix it around and you put some MSG because life is better with MSG, but just not too much. After the MSG, you put rock salt, and as you can see here, my dad calls this the 3-finger technique because it's the perfect portion for our wok. After that, if you want a soupy corned beef, you could put clean water in the can that you got the corned beef from so you can get the fat. And then you stir it around. You scrape off the bits that the water left that has evaporated, which is what my dad calls flavor. So when it starts boiling, you turn it off and then you put it in your bowl. And there you have it. My second goal of the day is done. And finally, we're gonna go for the fried rice. And now onto the fried rice. To prep it, first you get an egg, actually 2 eggs. You get an egg, put it on the bowl, and then you get the second one and put it on the bowl. After you've done with the 2, you get MSG and put around 1/6 again of the teaspoon onto the bowl or onto the eggs, and then you whisk it. After that, you fire up the stove and then you put the oil in after you heat up the pan or your wok. To know that, you actually splash some water. After you wet your hands, you splash water on from your fingers to the pan, and if the water droplets roll, that's when you know it's hot enough. And then now you put the garlic you've prepped from the start onto the wok. Then you get the rice. Actually, here's a tip with the rice. It's better to break up the big clumps before you put it onto the wok. I've learned it the hard way because it's pretty hard to mix it, as you can see here. And then when you're done with the cooking, it's turned brown, you put it on the side. Then you do the scrambled eggs on the wok. You could also call it like multitasking. And now that you've got your egg on the wok, you stir it around because obviously scrambled eggs. And you gotta scrape off the white parts on the side. And then you mix it around so that it's even. And now when you're done with that, you chop it up so that it's easier to put and mix around the rice. And this is where the kind of fun part begins. So on this part, this is where you mix the egg and the fried rice. You have to make sure that the chunks of fried rice and the eggs are gone so that it's easier and even to mix and it's not hard. So then you put the rock salt on it and do the 3-finger technique again. You mix it again because now you have salt in it and you wouldn't want pieces of rock salt uneven in the rice. So you mix it again like what I said earlier. Try to find more chunks and then chop it up. And you turn off the fire now that you're done cooking. And you put it on your bowl. I've also learned about cooking fried rice. Since you're cooking fried rice with leftover rice, it's dry. So then it's not tightly packed when you put it in the bowl. So when you put it on the bowl, you have to squeeze it a bit so that the portion you've made could at least accommodate more of the rice from the wok instead of leaving the rice in the wok in the kitchen. So yeah, there we have it. I finally know how to cook fried rice. So yeah, this is the meal we've had. And I've done it all by myself. Well, not really all. I had help from my dad. He told me what to do. But at least I've done all the actions by myself. At the same time, my parents said it was okay. At least for my first time. And I guess that's not too shabby. At least it wasn't burnt. That's what I'm asking for.
And there kicks off the second day. But I need 6 tasks. But I've only done 5. So that leaves us the third day for one final task. Hopefully it's not too hard. So the 5 I've done is the tiles, the shelf, the fried egg, corned beef, and the fried rice. Just need one more. But I'm still making up my mind on what I'm gonna do tomorrow. So I'm gonna leave my tomorrow self to tell you that. So yeah, good night. Hey guys, so it's the last day. And I actually decided earlier that I'm gonna stick with my idea of playing something in guitar. If you don't know, the last time I've played guitar on this channel was 5 years ago. And a lot of things have changed since then. I used to have a pretty bad acoustic guitar. So then a year later, I bought a better one, which broke. And then I was given an electric guitar. I'm gonna show you my rig in a bit. Hey guys, so this is my rig. Let's first start with my guitar effects. So my guitar effects is actually from Zoom. You can see it's a G7.1 UT, which is an early version of the G1X4, you could say. The one with the wah-wahs, with the wah-wah pedal. And it's purely digital now. This one is kind of a hybrid. This one actually has a tube in that. You can see there's like a grill. It has a tube in it which you can crank to sound more of like a very chuggy sound. But of course we're turning this off because I'm gonna show you my idea later on.
So, yeah. This one is my electric guitar. This was given to me. It's actually really sweet, which I can also make it sound like an acoustic later on by this one. And lastly, this is my amplifier, which is actually just more of a PA system speaker, but it's got high versatility, so it could be turned into an amp. By also this one. So yeah. So now that I've gotten my acoustic in here, I made a patch in my guitar effects board, or what you call it. I made a patch where it sounds like Nirvana unplugs about a girl, or maybe the whole album, I guess. So you could maybe hear my electric guitar and the speaker on my microphone because it's set on high gain right now, but I'm gonna tweak it a bit later on, and I'm gonna show you my progress with a sped up video on my phone. So yeah, let's see how it goes. First stop is extreme, more than words. It's really hard to play and sing at the same time. You need to focus on your vocals, and it's pretty high as well. And you also need to focus on your fingers while singing those high notes. It was really hard for me at first, but it only took me around 30 minutes. The experience from the past 3 years in checking tablature and chords from all those songs gave me experience to learn it fast enough. So luckily, I did learn it fast enough. So yeah. Okay, so here goes. Say I love you. It's not the words I want to hear from you. It's not that I want you not to say, but if you only knew how easy it would be to show me how you feel. More than words is all you have to do to make it real. Then you wouldn't have to say that you love me, 'cause I'd already know. What would you do if my heart was turning to more than words to show you feel that your love for me is real? What would you say if I took those words away? Then you couldn't make things new just by saying I love you. So yeah, I'm done. It's kind of just a preview, but I swear I finished this whole song. So it does look unfair, but moving on. The second song is Shape of My Heart by Sting. This one is actually recommended to me by my dad because he likes listening to Sting and The Police. But yeah, this song actually I've been listening to a lot, so I've also decided to actually commit to playing it. So here's my rendition. Okay, so this is my version of Shape of My Heart by Sting. It's gonna be short again, but I swear I finished the whole song. It's just that I don't want the whole vlog to be too long. So without further ado. Those he plays never suspect. He doesn't play for the money he wins. He doesn't play for respect. These are calls to find the answer. The sacred geometry of chance. Yeah, the law of a probable outcome. The numbers lead a dance. Know that the spades are the swords of a soldier. Know that the clubs are weapons of war. I know that diamonds mean money for this art, but that's not the shape of my heart. He may play the jack of diamonds. He may lay the queen of spades. He may conceal a king in his hand while the memory of it fades. Know that the spades are the swords of a soldier. I know that the clubs are weapons of war. I know that diamonds mean money for this art, but that's not the shape of my heart. That's not the shape of my heart. So, here's the last song. This one's Blackbird by the Beatles. The Beatles is really famous and my dad's a big fan of them. So I also wanted to learn a song that has to do with the acoustic style I wanted to go for. And when I listened to Blackbird, I felt like it was a perfect match for the busking setlist I wanted to do. But unfortunately, this is probably gonna be the last song of the day because it's nighttime and I also need to submit this project soon. So yeah, here's my take. Hope you enjoy. So this is gonna be the last song of the night, Blackbird by the Beatles. I'm really sleepy, man. Blackbird singing the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you're only waiting for this moment to rise. Blackbird singing the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you're only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly, into the light of a dark black night. So yeah, good night. Okay, so before saying goodbye, I just wanted to tell you guys that I actually wanted to learn 5 or 6 songs, but then I only got it to cut short to 3 because it's too late. It's around 1 a.m. right now, and I need to upload this soon so I can show it to the teacher. But then, yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I learned a lot, reflecting. I learned a lot. I could maybe use this motivation for something else, even make a part 2 of this vlog, even if it's not a project. Send more videos on my YouTube, you know. But yeah, really busy in school, so thank you for watching. I'll see you next time, I guess. Maybe another project coming up. Anyway, here's some Tadao Hayashi.